Hello, so this is a video that I've put together from our visit yesterday to Clary Gardens. They had a Miami Valley Falconry demonstration. They had owls, hawks, and falcons there, so it was really interesting. We saw very cool birds, saw them fly and stuff, so we really enjoyed it. And this video, there's going to be a lot of video clips where the demonstrators are talking about the birds and different things. My goal was not to get the whole show, but I took the video clips of them, flying and doing different things. So there's lots of different video clips that are going to cut in and out, and I'll try and put it together to flow as smoothly as I can. And just so to give you an idea of what we got to see yesterday. We really enjoyed it. So hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. So we are here at Clary Gardens again, and we're waiting for the falconry demonstration to start. And so we're pretty excited. And there's quite a few people here, and we've gotten a glimpse of a couple birds already. So I'll try and get some video and some pictures to put a video together for you all to see. So I'll catch you later.
I want you to take a look at this thing as I walk around. Check out these little feet on this thing. Super sharp talons. These things eat 99 9/10% of their diet is mice. They say, those in the scientific circle say, this is the most efficient mousetrap made. The reason, the way these things are put together is exclusively to catch mice.
So, when we call our birds, we call them through the whistle. Owls have very sensitive hearing, so this is actually the first time Sabrina has done this in a show. So hopefully it goes all right. Looks like she might be ready.
Can you do it? 2 feet? You can do it. Oh, come on, buddy.
Come on.
Come on. She's thinking. I'm already sitting on a glove. There's supposed to be food on that glove. We've never tried this before.
There we go.
Now, I'm going to fly her back to him. I'm not even going to try to fly her to me because that's her daddy. She trusts him. She doesn't know me that well. So we're going to try another flight.
Oh yeah, let's try to get a little further. And the reason why we go a little bit further every time is this owl is slowly building trust and confidence into it.
And this owl's not that smart.
So the wise old owl. That's a lie.
That's a lie. No such thing.
In terms of IQ of all the birds that we train, owls are actually probably the lowest.
Oh, well.
Smart enough.
Yes.
Everything's going to their eyes and ears, mostly to their ears.
What's in that big wing?
Oh, that was a good one.
You see how slow they fly? It's like a giant moth. And the reason is, these are getting fed.
So this is going to be her last flight. She's going to get the biggest reward. It's Colonel Sanders, as Doug likes to call it.
It's chicken.
And it's all nice and smushed because I sat on it earlier.
That's a day old chicken.
Hey.
Now, I'm telling you how smart this bird is. It's looking on this glove for food. There you go. He looks, he sees the food, his mind goes blank. There's nobody home. Now it's in the golf can.
Oh, that's my girl. And there she goes. She gets the whole meal, and she knows it. Another training technique I do for them to make them comfortable and make sure that they know they can always, they're safe to eat. I turn my glove into a platform. And that way she's like, okay, I can eat here. This is the picnic table. This is the dinner table. But for right now, I'm going to stick her back in the box, I think, because she's going to want to take her time on this. And I don't think you guys want to see this bird get absolutely dissected.
Do you want me to get out Sebastian?
Yeah, let's try Sebastian.
There we go.
Right over top of you.
Bar in your garage or in your house to kill the mice. When you do that, those mice don't die right there. They get a little way. Well, these guys, they see that mouse, they go down and eat the mouse. They also eat the poison. And if you've ever seen an animal die of poison, it is one of the most painful things to ever watch. It is horrifying to see. So the number one killer of these barn owls is a man-made thing. It is the poisons we put out. And when you put out those poisons, you're not going to ever effectively kill the mouse or the rodent at an effective rate. The population goes up and down, as comparatively, if you let the prey do what it does, the mice do what they do, it stays at a steady rate, and then all of a sudden the predators are going to show up, because where there is prey, there is predators. They've done a thing where if you take 2 mice, you put them in a field, you're going to have close to 1 million mice at the end of the year. You're never going to keep up with poisons. These guys, though, it was actually noted, a male barn owl brought 23 mice in one night back to a nest. And that's just one male barn owl. And as Doug said, there's actually 12 species and 33 subspecies. They are circumpolar. If you go to Madagascar, these little guys are red. You go over to Europe, they're a little bit more pale. So wherever they are in the world, they do look a little bit different. So what we're going to try and do right now, actually, hang on. We're going to let Becky talk, aren't we? Talk about that big giant owl.
I did want to show you one thing. This is a female. And all the birds of prey, the females are third larger. In owls, as a rule, the females have a little more red on their chest. You can see the difference?
Sebastian, he's got a little bit more white. These guys are actually siblings. There's about a year apart difference. She was already bigger than him at 9 weeks old. Just to give you the males, or like you said, the females are a third larger. Now, Becky, do you want to talk about that giant gremlin of an owl?
13 weeks old. He's a baby still. He had very little training. He's just learning how to sit on a glove. Now, in the wild, this species will live about 20 years. In captivity, they live about 60 years. So it's very important that we get his training right so that he can have a very happy, long life out educating the public.
I just got goosebumps and tears.
I can't believe it. He's a baby and he's already that
What that
big.
means is they have no natural predators in the wild. They're the top dog. So they can take young deer, they can take fox, squirrel, rabbit, all your smaller mammals. They also frequently kill other raptors. So that creates a little bit of a management problem for us, you can imagine. These guys are the largest owl species in the world. They get about 30 inches tall. They can weigh up to 9 pounds with a 6-foot wingspan. So they're quite large. I've got a species that is not native to the United States. This bird occurs through sub-Saharan Africa, the Mediterranean, and parts of the Middle East. My partner here, Morgan, has Sherlock, the sacred falcon. She's going to tell you a little bit about him. Oh, Mike. Oh, there you go.
Remember how we were training the new owl?
We're training the new turtle.
The new bird lady. Right? So like she said, this is Sherlock. He's a sacred falcon. He's actually one of the larger falcons out of most of the species. They originate from Europe, Africa, and China. And he's still a baby, and we'll be walking around later, but his feet are kind of grayish blue toned, and that's because he's immature. And at a year of age, they'll start to turn yellow like you see on Nala.
You see Nala's feet are turning orange. When she was this age, she also had sort of the slate blue feet, and also the cedar up top, just above their beak. You can see hers is turning orange now.
There's no hawk in the world that has those posts. Only falcons do. Falcons also have the black eye, and they have what we call mailer stripe. There's coloration of feathers under each eye. That helps reflect the sun. You'll see that in 2 other places. Cheetahs have that because they live in the desert. Football players use it too. You seen them? That's where they got it from. They got it from the falcon. When you're hunting with it, you're doing exactly what I'm doing. You're walking along carrying a bird. And if you jump something up, pheasant, quail, duck, rabbit, the bird takes off after it. If this bird was a car, it would be a dragster. It's straight off the mark. These things can only do about 45 or 50, but they'll accomplish that speed in about 3 wing beats.
Wow.
If you jump up, I've jumped up a rabbit 20 foot away, the rabbit might get to go another 4 foot before the bird's on it. They're extremely fast. That's why they call them the cook's bird. If you were a guy and you wanted to fill the pot, you'd get goshawk. The drawback is they're the most difficult bird of prey there is to handle. There's nothing that's a bigger pain in the butt. These things are extremely high strung. It's an accipiter. It's a true hawk. There's 3 accipiters found in North America. The smallest one is a sharpshin. You may have seen it at your bird feeder. They're hardly as big as a robin. The next one up that if you've got a bird feeder, I'm sure you've seen it, is a Cooper's hawk. What the accipiters have is short wings, long tails. These birds are designed to live in the woods.
Lucky is the juvenile red-tailed hawk. Now, as Becky said, Lucky does have some challenges. Lucky is actually blind in his right eye. We get Lucky from the Ohio Bird Sanctuary up in Mansfield, Ohio. They are a rehab center. They got Lucky as a little fledgling. He was kicked out of the nest by Mom because she looked at him and said, "You're not going to make it, dude. Get out." And that's how nature is. Nature is cruel. And so someone found him in the backyard, and they got a hold of them, and Ohio Bird Sanctuary got a hold of us because we fly all of our birds. Lucky, we try to get flights out of him, but because he is blind in that right eye, he is very nervous. Almost to the extreme is that goshawk, but that goshawk is fully equipped and it knows what's going on around it. Lucky never does. Whenever sometimes I fly Lucky off the fence post, he looks at me, he looks around, and he does a whole turnaround, then looks back at me, and then he'll decide whether he's hungry enough to come and get that food or not. So it's an ongoing battle. Well, it's a veterinarian actually did it. So it's actually in nature, if they're young and they're born or something happens early in their life and they get blind in their eye, they can actually adapt to that because Ohio Bird Sanctuary actually looked to release it in the wild. Because if they're born with it, they can adapt. Because there is no tenacity like that of a hawk, especially a red-tailed hawk. But unfortunately for Lucky, he wasn't so lucky and could not adapt, so we have him.
Here, it's a piece of food. You remember this. Okay. Keep flying. Good. Now then. Oh yeah.
He's in the game.
Oh, man. Dang, Lucky's scared. He's generally a pretty good little actor.
Harris
He's
hawk.
goofing off.
That was too far.
He's more used to me because I do the training with this bird. He's more used to me than this bird.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So I just want to take a minute here to add something I found really interesting when they were talking about the Harris hawk. I thought I had gotten it on video at the show yesterday, but I guess I didn't. The Harris hawks are very intelligent and they actually live together and work together as a family. The parents will hatch the chicks and the chicks actually will stay in the nest until the whole next year, and then those chicks will help raise the new chicks. And she said that there will end up usually being 6 to 8 birds together in a family, that they work together and they hunt together. And something that she said that they do is they hunt, they'll split up, and there'll be an air crew and a ground crew. And so some of them will work together, hunt from the air, and then so if they scare up a rabbit or something that runs under a bush, then the ground crew will scare it out, and then the air crew will swoop down and capture it. I just thought that was really interesting. And she said they also will do something called stacking, where they actually will, 2 or 3 birds will sit on each other's heads to get themselves a taller perspective of what's around. And I just thought it was fascinating, just another example of how awesome our Father's creation is and how it all works together. So there's our video of the falconry demonstration, and I hope you enjoyed it.